Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Just a Crudup Show. Today is Wednesday, February the 9th, 2022. And yes, we are. We're talking about this, um, talking about what has happened here on the news and what's going on here in the triangle, what's happening here up here in North Carolina. And yes, that's where we are now. This is going this is going up, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it does, and it does turn out to be the really mega now. And we're gonna find out how now. This is all about truth, and I know everything knows it, and what's going on, and now what's going on here for us. Now, what's happening in North Carolina? We're going to see here now. North Carolina elections board says it has power to disqualify Republican Calhoun from running over January the 6th. It says why in it, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on. That was today. Okay, that was today. But now, there's more. Now it says the North Carolina State Board of Elections said on Monday that has the power to block GOP Republican um, Madison Caldwell from running for re-election over his war in the January the 6th instruction in opening a legal question at the Senate of Elizabeth backing efforts to disqualify him from future office. The veterans of the election board made the assessment in the court filing in the case Carlton brought against the board, hoping to shut down the Constitution clearance and his candidacy. Liberty actually is filling the clearance to his candidacy in last month. Their argument revolves around the little leagues. This qualification clause of the U.S. Constitution, which was wrapped after the Civil War to prevent Confederate officials and those who support the instruction from returning to office. Man, Carter, who was denied any one during regarding January the 6th, filed a federal lawsuit last week to shut down the clearances. The elections board, its court filing, said his lawsuit is preliminary and should be dismissed. The board also said it has the power to disqualify candidates based on the constitution considerations, not just based on state laws. States have long enforcement needs and residency requirements without question and were very few any if any legal clearances. The board votes the board vote the state has the same authority to police which candidates should or should not be disqualified per Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Now, the case, if you will, the case is still pending in federal court. The state level clearance to call homes to call homes candidates was paused while North Carolina draws new congressional maps. Liberty activities we have mounting their efforts to disqualify his candidates, says Calhoun, stoking violence and added the instructions days before the attack on the U.S. Capitol. He said it was time to fight. And at the end, and at the January, let me say this again. He said it was time to fight. And at the January the 6th, 2021, rally at the Escalade, he rallied against the crowds in cause. He rallied against the cowards in Congress who planned to clarify Joe Biden's electric victory. And that's what it says. No, when people know, they shouldn't know about it. They shouldn't know about it. And then when they find you, they disqualify you for doing this. That was last year on the January the 6th. January the 6th. And that's what other people don't know is that they thought that it can get better. They thought that things, they thought that things are quiet down. And they all think Trump, they won. They all think Trump won the election. But no lies. No lies. They say it was all lies, but it's not. So, and at the end of the day, they move on, and that was it. But so shameful, very shameful. We're doing for people doing this. Okay, now as I do know, what is happening here, folks? What is happening is that people don't get, they don't know what's up to. They don't know what's up to, and that's what happened. That was the story of the day. Okay, who look, whoever says about this anyway, she'll stop it. She'll get out. You out of it. That's what happens. You out of it. Now, so you know how it goes, and you know that that came from. It's just not. I mean, you just don't go there. Okay, we are going to. Okay, that's how it raised for now. Some people notice they were like, I don't know. Anyway. All right. Okay, we have Charlotte is over here in North Carolina. It says Charlotte is over. It says, look at this. Now, the help. And it says Virginia Dawn's voice was wholly recognizing to her son-in-law, Troy Hall, when she called in a stale payment from her family's home in Boone, North Carolina on a snowy night in 1972. According to the newspaper reports, 20 minutes later, Hall was on the phone when the sheriff's deportation to report a murder. Drilled him. The mysterious slave owner, Virginia Dawn, 44, the husband, Bryce Dawn, at the age of 51, and their 18-year-old son, Bobby Dawn, on February 3rd, 1972, went on, went unsolved for decades, and lack of evidence leads to brazen theories as to who the culprits might be from the ringleaders of a car dealership scene in the neighboring county to Green Brewers in town for the Sky Decimeters demonstrated radio. The regular Democrat previously reported. Now, Waukegan County investigation said they had solved the 50-year-old cold case thanks to a tip from a sheriff's department 200 miles away in Georgia. That was 50 years ago. Now, boarding in a snowstorm. Now, weather conditions in Boone were just resting on February the 3rd, 1972. There was 4 inches of snow on the ground and wind was whipping in at 40 miles per hour. The Charlotte Observer was reported in 1989. The Dawn family lived on Saginaw Tower Hill Road, a strip dead end road off NC 105 bypass on the west side of Boone. According to news reports from the Winston Salem Journalist on the 40-year anniversary of the murders. They have moved to the mountain town from Mount Ella in 1971. The Observer reported Bryce dawned on a bullet dealership where Dawn, Virginia Dawn kicked the Bucks. Bobby Dawn, Bobby Dawn on a bullet dealership where Virginia Dawn kicked the Bucks. Bobby Dawn was in his first year of school at the Abercrombie State University. The family was by all accounts, hardworking, quiet, large and kept to themselves. Listen now. According to the results related in 1989, the Dorans also had a 19-year-old daughter, Genesee Hall. He lived 4 miles away with her husband, Troy Hall. Both were home at 10:30 p.m. on the night of the snowstorm when the fun suddenly rained. Virginia Hall was on the other end of the line. She told them some man had Bobby and Bryce before the line went dead. The observer reported, I didn't really recognize her voice. Troy Hall told the observer, I thought it was a particular joke. But Genesee Hall was worried. The company decided to go check on her family, but their car wouldn't start. A neighbor, private detective C.C. Small, agreed to drive them. The observer reported the ride up to the Dillon's home was too tenacious to traverse by car. So Travis Hall and C.C. Small went along with getting Sue Hall waiting in the car. Now, the house had been restocked. The observer reported that the telephone cord was ripped from the wall, blood spitting in the den. The television was on, but the sound was muffled by the steady switch of running water. The two men following the nose to the bedroom when they find three bodies, their heads dangling in an overflowing bathtub. An octopus reporter allegedly revealed Virginia Dawn died by strangulation, while Bryce and Bobby Dawn had been drowned. All three reported had bolt bones on their necks. Troy Hall called the sheriff's office from the neighbor's apartment at 10:50 p.m. according to the observer. A slew of officers covered in on the house. The regulatory of the Democrat reported they found a baked chicken on the kitchen. They they found a baked chicken on the kitchen table, half eaten, a money bag stuffed with hundreds of dollars remaining untouched, according to the observer, and nothing appeared to have been taken. Now, investigators were told a green and white SUV was seen leaving the Dorn's house just after 10:30 p.m. The weather to the Democrat report, the NC Highway Patrol car found it several hours later on the side of the road a few miles away with its lights on, windshield wipers slipping, doors closed, motor still running, according to the Winston-Salem Journal. Bryce Bryce Dawn had taken the car from his dealership to get home in the snowstorm investigation and said, and the killers lose it as they get away vehicle. Now, a bag of silver was found inside. Now, breaking the case, the first major breakthrough on the Dawn Motors came in 2019 when Berger's son, Shane Brett, came to the White County Sheriff's Office in Georgia to help with some research for the book about crimes in Georgia. White County is about 90 miles northeast of Atlanta and about a dozen miles south of the North Carolina border. Shane Brett had been so close with his father and often visited him in person. The regular county sheriff's office said it was during one of those visits that Brett reportedly told his son about killing three people in the North Carolina mountains during a heavy snowstorm, remembering that they almost got caught. The sheriff's office said. The White County Sheriff's Office immediately contacted authorities in Rankin after Shane Bright relayed the story. One while ago, County Sheriff Lynn Hageman said his office realized the tip could be very important to the Dorn case. We immediately began to investigate the new leads and conducting in-person interviews with Billy Wayne Davis in September 2019, October 2020, and August 2021. Hackman said it was their interviews that ultimately helped us determine who was responsible through the collaboration and evidence. We are confident that we know who committed these crimes. According to the sheriff's office, Davis said he and three other men were held for the hit in the North Carolina mountains. Just as Brett, he said, Davis told investigators a bad snowstorm hit the night of the murders and they were almost caught. He said he acted as the getaway driver while Brett Gadens and real killed the Dawn family. Man, that's so stupid, crazy. Mystery is solved. Mystery has solved. Mystery solved. Surviving family members spent decades living for answers. At 89 years old, solving the murder was all Bryce Dawn's mother, Caroline Dawn, could talk about. Her daughter Gary Melder told the Charlotte Observer in a 1989 interview, she just wants to see it solved, Melder said. While Caroline Dawn died long before law enforcement cracked the case, the regular county sheriff's office met with the one remaining members of the Dawn family in November to break the news. Getting to see hard. We now goes by getting Dawn was among them. I would like to thank all the people who worked for decades on my family's case. She said in the news release, I know that they sacrificed many days and weekends in order to work on solving this case since 1972. Ma and Shaw, who vanished in 2016, are found safe in North Carolina, Professor said. So, well, anyway, look, it is what it is. So it happened 50 years ago, right? And then in 1989, they just, no. All those three were dead by homicide. It was a triple homicide. The Dawn family who have found dead, but look, it is what it is. It's all about nothing. It was 50 damn years ago. We all know that the family of Dawn found dead in the bathtub, and that was sort of the most disgusting thing I ever witnessed in my whole what I had to say on live stream on YouTube. Because we all know in Boone, North Carolina, on that snowy day, on that snowy night, 1972, it was one of the most ridiculous things you ever done. The ridiculous things you ever done in Boone, North Carolina, on that snowy, bad, snowy night. And all I have to say is, wow. But they got caught. They sent to jail. And if you do those bad things, you're going to jail. That's for sure. You go to jail for murder. You go to jail for manslaughter, homicide, or whoever it is. But this is the truth. That is the truth for real. Okay, time for me to go. And I hope you will enjoy this story of this on my stream and this breaking news and stuff like this. You know, it's It's not long. Share with all you first. If you do, I'll share with you. Okay, log on this website and go to the josephcrudup.show.com. The Joseph Crudup Show. Check on YouTube on the Joseph Crudup Network and subscribe this video and make comments if you ever want. Until then, this is Joseph Crudup. I will be seeing you tomorrow. Tune in. Take care, everybody.